I awakened the SSS-grade Great Sage Equal to Heaven, Son Wukong. But the Academy still branded me as the weakest D-grade battle soul. My classmates laughed and called me a skinny monkey. Even Liu Ruyan, the white tiger goddess, was so furious she wanted to break up with me. All because the great sage who once defied heaven itself in this world was mistaken for the lowest-ranked golden silk ape on the battle soul list. But I am a transmigrator. And I know the truth. This so-called D-grade trash is only trash because they never understood the true power of a monkey. Right now, in Great Sage District, Jiangnan Province, China, I am training with my staff on the rooftop. Behind me, the faint shadow of an ape flickers. I grip the staff with both hands. One strike shatters the wooden dummy into pieces. Ding! Novice quest. Blazing martial arts completed. Practice the Great Sage Staff technique 100 times. Rewards obtained. Red Cloud Staff Lotus Medicine Pot. Novice Quest A Master's First Cut obtained. Quest description. Eliminate 200 monsters under level 10 and slay 5 level 10 bosses. Quest rewards. Destiny spell draw count. Listening to the system notification in my ear, I panted heavily, my heart racing, unable to calm down. 3 days ago, while playing Black Myth Wukong, after battling the Tiger Vanguard for 36 hours, I accidentally traveled from Earth to this world of universal battle souls. The timing of my arrival coincided exactly with the awakening. Thunder crashed across the sky, like the heavens were splitting open. 2 beams of golden light shot from my eyes, piercing straight into the clouds. My entire body shimmered in gold, surrounded by swirling spiritual energy. Everyone was shocked at the time, thinking they were witnessing the birth of an SSS-grade battle soul. Little did they know, I was just a special effects master with no substance. But what no one knew was that during the awakening, I had also bound a cheat system, the Black Myth system, Destiny Draw, Quests, Trials, 3 main functions, and I was incredibly lucky, drawing the Destiny template of the Great Sage Equal to Heaven. That's what caused such a terrifying awakening phenomenon. Unfortunately, due to insufficient spirit essence, I cannot manifest the Great Sage's true power. Destiny Seeker, Sun Shaoxing, Level, Combat Power, 8. Battle Soul Grade, Divine. Great Sage Equal to Heaven. Percentage. Skills. Great Sage Staff Technique. Basic Meditation Method. Equipment. Spirit Essence Points 0. Looking at my pathetic attribute panel, I sighed softly. I really need to kill more monsters to accumulate more spirit essence. Thinking of hunting monsters, I immediately retrieved the 2 rewards I just received. Red Cloud Staff. The Rui Jingu Bang. Capable of changing length. Attribute, indestructible. This weapon will never be damaged. Lotus Medicine Pot, capable of storing liquids. Capacity, 5 liters. Place herbs inside to automatically refine healing elixirs. Maximum of 5 doses per day. Attribute, Battle Frenzy, instantly restores all status upon drinking. All attributes boosted by 40%. Reduced pain sensitivity. Doubled reaction speed. Holy crap, these are actually perfect grade weapons and spirit-grade artifacts. With these 2 treasures in hand, I can easily solo the secret realms. The blood-colored forest is located in the southern suburbs of Xueyao. It's a well-known low-level adventure zone across the country, teeming with monsters, rich in resources, populated by blazing wolves, azure wood monkeys, and shadow leopards. It's the primary training ground for novice battle solists. At this moment, a 4-person squad is trekking through the forest. One of the figures is dressed provocatively, with features as delicate as a painting. Her sexy Western region maiden style makes it impossible to look away. Miss, the Blazing Wolves territory is just ahead. Please be careful. Uncle Wong, wearing combat gloves, warned in a deep voice. Don't worry, I'm only here to grind experience. I won't be reckless.
Li Xueyao responda indiferently.
Rest assured, miss. Both of us are level 23 battle solists. This blood-colored forest will be a piece of cake. Exactly. We'll definitely get you to level 30 within 3 days. And secure the top rank in the National Battle Soul Entrance Exam. We should still be cautious. After all, this is an adventure zone. Who knows what kind of boss might appear. If you were to get hurt, miss, none of us could ever answer for it. A boss would be even better. Let them be turned into experience for the miss. It would be their honor. Alright, stop messing around. Li Xueyao scolded them with a smile. smiling as she tucked her hair back. Let's do as Uncle Wong said, and all be careful. Let's not fail at the final hurdle. Since the miss has spoken, let's sharpen our focus. Ha ha ha. Let the bosses come even harder. The three formed a combat formation, protecting Li Xueyao in the center, and advanced deeper into the blood-colored forest. But the deeper they went, the stranger their expressions became. What's going on? The ground is littered with blazing wolf corpses. Not a single living one in sight. Could a large adventure party have entered?
Impossible.
None of us received any notice. Look, the heads of these blazing wolves have been crushed. Look at these marks. A heavy weapon like a staff or a hammer. Could it be that brute Niu Zhongxue from the Starlight Party? Doesn't seem like him. He's a level 32 battle soulist. There's no reason for him to come to the blood-colored forest. Even Uncle Wong's expression grew serious. With so many blazing wolves dead, it will likely attract a boss. Before he could finish, a howl echoed from nearby. A woo! Uncle Wong's face changed instantly. Oh no, the blazing wolf king is summoning the pack. Blazing wolves from all directions will swarm here. Running back will definitely lead us into the pack. Our only choice is to move forward and find that mysterious team for a chance of survival. Li Xueyao said solemnly, gripping her staff. Uncle Wong, let's move forward. They walked a bit further and arrived at a vast plain. When they saw the scene before them, they were instantly stunned. That's me. With my staff, fighting the wolf pack alone. The staff moves with me, man and staff as one, constantly dodging the blazing fire wolves' attacks within a limited area, counterattacking from time to time with the copper cloud staff. Over 30 blazing fire wolves had me surrounded, but they were being beaten back. Ha ha ha, you beasts, you even know how to call for backup. Hearing the howling around me, I burst out laughing. The Great Sage staff technique is truly a god-tier martial art. These blazing fire wolves can't even touch me. They're just delivering experience and spiritual essence to me. Dodging a pounce from a blazing fire wolf, I leaped up and stepped onto the copper cloud staff. With a single thought, the copper cloud staff suddenly extended, carrying the force of the descent. I unleashed the pillar-splitting mountain strike. Bang! Wherever the staff struck, the wolves died instantly upon impact, and were wounded upon contact. Ding! You have slain a level 8 blazing fire wolf. Experience gained, 10. Spiritual essence, 2. You have slain a level 7 blazing fire wolf. Experience gained, spiritual essence. Ha 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 ha. Exhilarating. I took out my gourd and took a deep swig. My stamina was instantly fully restored. Behind me, the golden ape phantom roared at the sky. I've been training here for a full 4 hours, slain over 80 blazing fire wolves, and 2 blazing fire wolf kings. The mission is nearly half complete, and I've leveled up 5 times. For hours, 5 levels. If word of this speed got out, it would cause an absolute earthquake. The monsters of this world aren't just mindless computer programs. The higher the level, the higher the intelligence. Even with a top expert guiding you, you can only level up twice a day at most. At this rate, I might even hit level 10 today. I thought happily while slaughtering monsters. Now the blazing fire wolf king is actually gathering his minions. Perfect, saves me from hunting through the forest. I swung the staff, crushing the last blazing fire wolf. I pulled back the staff and stood tall, looking up at the wolf king, who viewed me as a formidable foe. Suddenly, I raised an eyebrow, looking toward the nearby woods. Someone's there. Just then, Uncle Wong felt the ground shaking. His expression changed. Oh no, the wolf pack is charging. The reason he was so panicked was because there were simply too many wolves this time. Amidst the endless howling, a fierce, crimson-furred leader emerged from the forest. Smoke curled from its mouth, baring its teeth. It glared at everyone with murderous intent. Blazing fire wolf, level 9, combat power 80, skill, flame shroud. Individually, they aren't that strong. Even the wolf king is only around 130, but there are at least 100 of them scattered about, including 3 or 4 wolf kings. I glanced at their faces and paused for a moment. What a beautiful girl, but why does she look so familiar? Since there was still 1 wolf king left, I didn't look too closely. Young man, we are an adventure party from the Huarong group. The pack is too large. If we're surrounded, none of us will make it out. Why don't we team up? and fight the wolves together. Huarong Group, the top commercial conglomerate in Xiangnan City. One of the top 5 in the entire country. So it's her.
Li Xueyao.
Our school's #1 beauty, the heiress of the Huarong Group. More and more wolves were arriving. We can't delay any longer. I looked around, and my eyes lit up. Get on that big rock. Uncle Wang instantly understood my plan. Climbing the rock would prevent them from being surrounded. A few jumping up occasionally wouldn't be a threat. They didn't dare linger, and scrambled up the rock in a flash. As for me, I looked away, holding the copper cloud staff. I faced the blazing fire wolf king once again. What are you doing? Li Xueyao shouted at me. The 2 soul warriors behind her were furious. What the hell is he doing? Provoking the Wolf King? Is he suicidal? Who gave him this confidence? If the Wolf King goes berserk, even our lives will be in danger. I picked my ear with my pinky and said loudly, just take care of yourselves. I'll be there once I've dealt with the Wolf King. Who does this kid think he is? If you want to die, don't drag us down. Madman. Such arrogance. He has a death wish. Ignoring the voices behind me, I focused my attention on the blazing fire wolf king. This wolf king was over 2 meters tall, ripped with muscles. Its red fur looked like blazing flames. 3 claw marks tore across its face. Adding to its ferocity, it stared me down intently, crouching low, a low growl vibrating in its throat. Suddenly, a dozen wolves leaped from the pack, lunging at me with open jaws. It's over. A dozen blazing fire wolves. Even a level 30 defense specialized soul warrior might not survive. This guy is dead meat.
Liang.
Get ready. Holy damn. I calmly turned to the left, swinging the staff in a wide arc, unleashing the sweep of 1,000 armies strike. The blur of the staff whipping up wind and sand instantly sent the wolves flying. The flying wolves crashed right back into their own pack, howling in pain, unable to get back up. A murderous glint flashed in the Wolf King's eyes. Roar! It let out a howl. The surrounding wolves stopped in their tracks, circling me, afraid to advance. Holding the staff in one hand, I beckoned the blazing fire Wolf King. Come on, let's settle this one-on-one. The blazing fire Wolf King's eyes glowed crimson. Flames danced in its maw. It spat out a fireball the size of a fist. Boom! I smashed the fireball straight away with my staff. The Wolf King kicked off the ground, lunging at me like a streak of crimson light. I rolled on the spot, dodging its claws, and swung my staff right into its ankle. A scream of agonizing pain ripped from its throat. Its eyes grew even more frenzied, but I was as agile as a monkey, constantly shifting and dodging. Couldn't even touch the hem of my clothes. Take this from old son. I let out a roar, leaping high into the air. A golden ape phantom materialized behind me. The staff crashed down. The Wolf King's health bar plummeted by more than half instantly. Li Xueyao's voice echoed from atop the boulder. Oh my god, he's so strong. His staff is so thick, so huge. My movements were fluid and graceful. While dodging attacks continuously, my copper cloud staff rained blows upon the Wolf King. In just about a minute, the Wolf King was covered in wounds. Its health bar was down to a sliver. Its gaze shifted from ferocity to fear. Finally, it spat out another fireball and let out a piercing howl. The surrounding blazing fire wolves lunged at me without hesitation. I was about to deliver the finishing blow to the Wolf King, but these wolf pups charged in, forcing me to deal with them first. The Wolf King seized the opportunity and bolted deep into the crimson forest. Damn it, get back here. Holy crap, the boss we were about to get actually ran away. How is this possible? How is his damage so high? He killed a blazing fire wolf with one hit. What the hell is that staff in his hand? Can actually change size? He dodged all that? Is he using cheats? Could it be that these blazing fire wolves are just weak? Why are you all just standing there? Uncle Wang, hurry up. Li Xueyao's voice snapped them back to reality. The Wolf King is gone. These wolves are nothing to fear. Uncle Wang and the others stopped hesitating. They leaped down from the boulder one after another, sprinting toward me. Looking at these mortals, I suddenly felt anxious. Crap, don't come over here. My experience, my spiritual essence, seeing people coming to steal my kills. I swung my staff even faster. By the time Uncle Wang and the others arrived and started attacking, an indescribable uncontrollable shock washed over their faces once again. Holy, are these blazing fire wolves this tanky? Liu stared at the wolf in disbelief. He unleashed a full power slash, yet it only left a shallow scratch. Mind you, he possesses the Ghost Head Blade Battle Soul. His innate skill is the Heavy Cleave. Ordinary level 10-something monsters can't withstand a single hit. These blazing fire wolves were buffed by the Wolf King. Be careful when you fight them. Uncle Wong broke into a cold sweat. Just now, seeing me cut through them like butter, he thought these wolf monsters were trash. Now it's clear, it's just that my damage is too high. I can literally one-shot them. The three of them changed their strategy, teaming up to take them down one by one. With their help, the battle became much easier. In just 3 short minutes, hundreds of wolves were either dead or fled, leaving behind over 50 blazing fire wolf corpses. System notifications rang out continuously. Congratulations, Chosen One, Sun Shaoxing, level up, current level 6.
Novice quest.
A small taste of power.
Quest reward.
Destiny spell draw attempt.
QI Gatring technique. Quest description.
Eliminate 200 monsters under level 10. Progress 116/200 and slay 5 level 10 bosses. Progress 2/5. Sweet, the quest is almost halfway done. There were a few mini-wolf kings in the pack just now, which counted as boss monsters. At this rate, if I can find that wolf king, and make it summon its minions a few more times, I might just finish the quest. I felt an itch in my heart, longing to chase that wolf king back into the forest immediately. On the other side, Uncle Wong and the other two felt like they were in a dream. Are we actually alive? I'm not dreaming. Am I? We actually survived the blazing fire wolf pack. Even Xueyao's pretty face was flushed. She had jumped up 3 levels in one go. Hey young man, what's your name? Can we team up? I shouldered the copper cloud staff, took out the gourd from my waist and took a swig. I gave it a shake. Only 3 sips of wine left. Time to find some herbs to brew more wine. Hanging the gourd back on my waist, I turned around and gave Xueyao a slight smile. My name is Sun Shaoxing, also a high school student from Shangnan City number 1 High. Your Sun Shaoxing? The special effects master who awakened the D-rank golden silk ape? Xueyao gasped, covering her mouth in surprise. Special effects master? What the hell? I looked at her, completely bewildered. Seeing the expression on my face, Xueyao immediately realized she had misspoke. Her pretty face instantly turned bright red. Xueyao immediately realized she had misspoke. Her pretty face instantly turned bright red. Thank you for today. How about we team up to level up together? I'm an A-rank battle soul, the Azure Jade Lotus. I have a healing skill called Azure Jade Light. Plus, we have a level 32 battle soul master and 2 level 23s with us. We definitely won't hold you back. Hearing Xueyao spill all her secrets every 2 sentences, Uncle Wong broke into a cold sweat beside her. I shouldered my staff and sized them up. After thinking for a moment, I waved my hand. Forget it. I'm gonna chase after that wolf king. I won't be joining you. I'm used to going solo. I'm not accustomed to teaming up. Hearing my refusal, Uncle Wong breathed a sigh of relief. I gripped my staff and began processing the wolf corpses, pulling a large backpack out from the corner, stripping the wolf fangs and claws, these valuable magical materials. Wolf blood has medicinal properties. It can be put in a gourd to automatically refine into healing medicine. Unfortunately, my backpack isn't that big, so I can only take the best cuts of meat and hides. Watching me process the materials, Xueyao spoke up. These materials, you can sell them to our Huarong group. I can give you a preferential price, and even prepay you with a spatial bag. As for hunting down the Wolf King, we have a way, but on one condition. You have to team up with us. A spatial bag is a special item that only space-type battle soul masters can create. It opens up a portable dimension. Because materials are scarce and demand is high, even the smallest one sells for over 5 million on the market. Getting a spatial bag for free? There's no reason for me to refuse. Since you've already given me the spatial bag, why don't you just take all these wolf carcasses? These blazing fire wolves are in great condition. I'll give you a friendly discount. Let's say 500,000. If I sold these myself, I'd have to lug them back and forth several times. To my surprise, Xueyao waved her hand. 2 million. We'll take all of these materials. My eyes instantly lit up. Money? That's just a formality now. It's mostly because we're classmates. I'll do you this favor.
Li Xueyao nudda.
A faint smile on her face. She looked exactly like a little fox playing tricks. But next, you have to accompany us into a secret realm. Hearing this, Uncle Wang immediately panicked. Miss, just as he started to speak, Li Xueyao stopped him with a wave of her hand. She stared at me with burning intensity. I was a bit surprised too, and gave this little princess of the Huarong group a deep look, flashing a meaningful smile. So that's your game. It seems they came specifically for that secret realm. But if they knew there was a realm here, why didn't they bring more people? Actually, I had it wrong. Li Xueyao originally just came to level up, but she changed her mind after seeing my combat power. There's a medicinal herb in the realm called Ghost Nightgrass, which can enhance the spiritual strength of plant-type martial souls. It would benefit her greatly. Li Xueyao took a pouch from her waist and handed it to me. This is the spatial bag I use. It's 10 cubic meters. Not huge, but basically enough for now. Take it for now, and I'll get you a better one when the chance arises. I scratched my head, hesitating for a long time before taking the spatial bag embroidered with a pink bunny. It's fine. It's just a temporary fix anyway. I'll definitely get a cool one later. I comforted myself. I casually tossed the gourd and the copper cloud staff inside. I have to admit, having a spatial bag makes things a lot more convenient. Tell me about that secret realm. That realm is called the Ghost Night Forest, a bronze rank secret realm. Only battle soul masters below level 40 can enter. Many families in Xiangnan City know about it. Inside are Ghost Night Grey Wolves, around levels 12 to 20. There are 3 bosses, the Jackal Predator, the Jackal Hunter, and the One-Eyed Wolf King. As Li Xueyao spoke, she took a tablet from her bag and handed it to me. According to our investigation, these 3 shouldn't be the final bosses of the realm. There should be a hidden boss deep within the realm. We suspect you have to challenge hell difficulty to encounter it. This is a special realm. The difficulty isn't fixed. It's determined by the overall strength of the entering team. But due to the level cap, we can't send higher-level battle soul masters in, which is why no one has seen what the hidden boss looks like. Secret realms are subspatial portals that can appear anywhere. In this world, based on monster difficulty and resource output, realms are divided into bronze, silver, gold, emerald, diamond, and eternal. Those gold rank and above are government-controlled. Inside the Ghost Night Forest, there's a herb called Ghost Nightgrass, which can enhance the spiritual strength of plant-type martial souls. It also helps other martial souls slightly. My goal is the Ghost Nightgrass. You can have first pick of any other loot in the realm. With that offer, why would I disagree? Deal. But after we clear the realm, you have to help me track down that Wolf King from earlier. Li Xueyao smiled slightly, extending her fair, slender hand. Deal. She pulled a team bracelet from her clothes and handed it to me. Once you put this on, we'll be teamed up. You'll share experience with teammates in battle, and you'll be immune to your teammates' skill damage. I took the bracelet and put it on, thinking that I already had over 200 spirit points, and was about to enter the realm. It would be safer to boost my strength first. Consume 100 spirit points to upgrade the Destiny template. Ding! Destiny template proficiency increased. Skill acquired. Raging Ape Force. Passive. When attacking, every 5th attack is guaranteed to be a critical hit. Gain additional physical attribute bonuses upon leveling up. A strange surge of heat welled up, flowing through my entire body, continuously providing power. An unknown mental cultivation mantra surfaced in my mind. My God, what a powerful skill. Just by unlocking it, my combat power jumped by over 100. In this world, combat power is the world will's comprehensive measure of physical fitness, spiritual strength, battle soul level, skills, and equipment. Typically, a level 30 battle soul master only has around 300 combat power. Even Uncle Wang with high-quality gear is only around 500. Meanwhile, I'm at over 700, nearly 800. After finishing with the wolf materials, the group set off again, heading deeper into the blood forest. We're here. Half an hour later, they arrived in front of a cave. Li Xueyao took a stone stained with black blood from her bag and placed it in the slot at the entrance. The entire cave instantly began to shake. Countless blood-red threads erupted from within the cave, twisting and intertwining before them, forming a circular portal over 2 meters high. The gateway to the secret realm is open. Let's get inside quickly. A look of anticipation appeared on Li Xueyao's pretty face. I lightly touched the gateway, my face full of curiosity. So this is a secret realm entrance. Wait, just as everyone was about to enter, Uncle Wong suddenly spoke up. He looked at me sternly. Student son, secret realm adventures are no joke. Since we've already teamed up, I hope everyone can be honest. At least let me know your battle soul and skills, so we can coordinate better inside. Exactly. At least tell us your general skills and combat power. Otherwise, who knows if you'll just slack off, right? If you're unwilling, it's not too late to leave the team. I glanced at them and shrugged indifferently. It doesn't matter if I tell you. I have a D-rank battle soul, the golden-haired ape. Level 6 battle soul master. Combat power is over 200. My skills are mainly staff techniques. Level 6? As soon as I said this, their eyes widened instantly. Even Li Xueyao was stunned. If she remembered correctly, we awakened our battle souls in the same batch. How has he reached level 6 in such a short time? But the others simply didn't believe it. In their eyes, I must be at least level 20. Otherwise, it would be impossible to kill the blazing fire wolf so easily. Uncle Wong was also a bit annoyed. Brother, if you don't want to say it, you don't have to. No need to lie to us. Exactly. If you're only level 6, then what does that make us? Little pieces of trash who haven't even awakened? I spread my hands helplessly. I'm telling the truth. If you don't believe me, there's nothing I can do. Finally, Li Xueyao spoke up. Forget it. The secret realm gate can't stay open for long. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get in. The 5 of them stepped into the secret realm. With a flash of light and shadow, when I opened my eyes again, I was in a dense forest of withered branches. This was my first time entering a secret realm, so I couldn't help but look around curiously. It was daylight outside just now, but it turned into night the moment I entered. A crescent moon hung high in the sky, the cold moonlight falling on the withered branches and broken wood, terrifying, like some demonic entity. Eerie gusts of wind blew through the forest from time to time, like whales coming from hell. Entering secret realm. Gloomnight forest. Detecting team combat power. Combat power detection complete. Matching secret realm difficulty. Difficulty matching complete. Hell. Completion requirements. Kill jackal predators 0/100. Kill jackalman chieftains 0. Kill wolf alchemist Mons 0.
Description.
In the distant past, there was a mad alchemist who sought to use alchemy to obtain the power of a god. In the end, he failed. A terrifying power turned his town into ruins, and the residents became jackalmen, wandering the area for eternity. Uncle Wong's expression changed instantly. How is this possible? How could it be hell difficulty? He couldn't believe it. This secret realm isn't a secret in Xueyao City. Many have explored it. Some families even organized groups of level 39s, with all sorts of equipment, maxed out combat power, entering right at the threshold, yet they could only unlock hard difficulty. What? Is there a problem with hell difficulty? I frowned. Li Xueyao gave a bitter smile. Hell difficulty. Not only are all the monsters inside replaced, but all the mechanisms and traps are different from the previous difficulties. In other words, all the guides we had for this secret realm are completely useless. It's like starting a secret realm from scratch. Uncle Wong looked grim. He continued, moreover, the strength of the monsters inside is naturally higher than those outside. Even the mobs in normal mode are similar to elite monsters outside. The mobs in hell mode are basically equivalent to bosses outside, and those are just the mobs. The boss bonuses will be even more terrifying. He let out a long sigh. Miss, we can't clear this realm. He let out a long sigh. Miss, we can't clear this realm. To be honest, even if the 4 of you were level 39 battle soul masters, we still couldn't do it. Why? Li Xueyao looked completely confused. Uncle Wong explained, because secret realm bosses are different from those outside. Outside bosses generally have lower intelligence. Their attack patterns are simpler, and they don't have many special skills. But bosses inside a secret realm often have special mechanics. You must find the solution within the realm to have a chance of defeating them. Usually, when we enter an unfamiliar realm, we carefully test the boss's mechanics 2 or 3 times before taking action. In this realm, first, our levels are too low, and the difficulty is too high. Forget the boss. I doubt we could even handle a single mob. Second, we lack a guide. Where is the boss? What does it look like? We don't know its patterns at all. Miss, I dare not gamble with your life. Uncle Wong's words made Li Xueyao waver. Secret realm adventures are not child's play. You only have one life. Without a guaranteed victory, who would dare be reckless? But we finally entered the hell difficulty Gloomnight forest. Are we really going back without doing anything? This
Li Xueyao hesitata.
biting her lip as she weighed the pros and cons. Hell difficulty mobs are equivalent to bosses outside. Hearing this, my eyes lit up instantly. Such a great deal. Killing a mob outside only gives a few spirit essence, and a boss might give 10. If it's really like Uncle Wong said, then the spirit essence from killing mobs in this realm must be incredibly abundant. I previously spent 100 spirit essence to increase my destiny proficiency once. The next upgrade requires 300 points. To fully unlock the Great Sage Equaling Heaven's Destiny template, who knows how many spirit essence points it will take. Now that there's a place to farm spirit essence in bulk, how could I possibly let it go? Moreover, the higher the realm's difficulty, the richer the completion rewards. Moreover, the higher the realm's difficulty, the richer the completion rewards. And the materials dropped by the boss are priceless. Hey, you're not scared, are you? Uncle Wong sneered. This is called planning before acting. Never fight a battle without a guarantee of victory. What do you know? Scared is scared. If we have to wait for a 99% chance of victory every time we fight, what's the point of fighting then? Curled my lip. I pulled the copper cloud staff from my waist bag and slung it over my shoulder. This secret realm thing is all about tackling hell difficulty. It's rare to get into a place like this. If you want to leave, go ahead. I don't want to leave such a great place. It's actually better if you leave. Then no one will steal my kills. Hearing this, Uncle Wong flew into a rage. Arrogant. Do you have any idea what a hell secret realm means? You actually want to solo it? Do you really think you're invincible? Exactly. Who do you think you are? Some kind of god-tier awakened soul? Daring to solo a secret realm. A fool seeking his own death. Even Li Xueyao thought I was being too reckless. Sun Shaoxing, maybe we should just forget it. Let's leave for now. We'll come back once we've leveled up. I shrugged indifferently and walked right past her. Suit yourself. Looking at my retreating figure, Uncle Wong shook his head helplessly. Madman. Suddenly, he seemed to remember something. He quickly looked at Li Xueyao. Miss, this guy is a complete lunatic. Please don't be foolish like him. Li Xueyao gave a faint smile. Don't worry, Uncle Wong. I know what I'm doing. Only then did Uncle Wong breathe a sigh of relief. But in the next second, her tone shifted. But he has a point. It's rare to enter a hell difficulty realm. If we don't even try fighting the mobs, wouldn't that be a waste, since we're already here? Huh? Uncle Wong almost choked on his own breath. As Li Xueyao spoke, she strode toward me with her long, beautiful legs. As Li Xueyao spoke, she strode toward me with her long, beautiful legs. Hey, miss, wait for us. Uncle Wong was helpless. For Li Xueyao's safety, he followed grumpily. Under the quiet moonlight, countless withered branches looked like demon arms. The howls of jackals echoed through the woods from time to time. The decaying jungle blocked the view. As we went deeper, a thin layer of mist rose around us. I carried the copper cloud staff, scratching my head in frustration. I'm lost. I hate jungle maps where you can't see the path. Behind me, Li Xueyao and the other three caught up. Seeing me troubled at the fork in the road, she smiled softly. Secret realm adventures require teamwork. She gave Zhang Min a signal. Zhang Min stepped forward, extended his hands, and closed his eyes. Two illusory cyan birds fluttered out from his palms. His combat soul is a C-rank breeze bird. Though not strong in combat, it can create a clone to scout from the air. Can also turn invisible and track targets. It's an excellent reconnaissance skill, Li Xueyao explained to me. I nodded, thinking that if I had this ability, that boss wouldn't have been able to escape today. Not long after, Zhang Min opened his eyes. The left path leads to a graveyard. The breeze bird sensed danger inside, so it didn't dare get too close. The right path is a ruined village, where many gnolls are wandering. The village is circular, with about 30 gnolls on the perimeter. The center is divided into 3 sections, each centered around a great gnoll with 20 others gathered around. The smaller gnolls seem to be armed with bows, while the great gnolls carry maces. Oh right, further into the village, there seems to be a vast sea of red flowers. Unfortunately, it's too far. My breeze bird couldn't reach it. Uncle Wong rubbed his chin Analyzing. Based on the initial introduction of the realm, that ruined village is likely the town mentioned. The gnolls are the residents. The graveyard is probably where the final boss is. That sea of flowers is also suspicious. How could such a desolate place grow a lush field of flowers? It likely holds the key clue to defeating the boss. I suggest we hit the village on the right first, then explore the graveyard on the left.
Li Xueyao nudda.
Uncle Wong, you're more experienced. How do you think we should approach this? Uncle Wong looked up at me. We'll head over first and see if we can lure one gnoll out to fight. We'll try to take them down one by one. If we fight that many gnolls at once, none of us will be able to hold them off. Once we test the strength of the mobs, we'll know if we can clear this realm. I scratched my head. So go left and lure one monster out, right? Uncle Wong nodded. I immediately stepped toward the left path. After a few steps, I suddenly stopped. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Li Xueyao asked from behind. Be careful. I feel killing intent. Everyone's heart tightened instantly. They raised their weapons on guard. Swish! Suddenly, a bone arrow shot out from the dense forest, flying straight toward Li Xueyao's face.
Li Xueyao skramat.
Before she could react, I swung my staff with one hand, knocking the bone arrow away in one hit. A woo! Along with the arrow, howls began to echo through the forest. Dozens of gnolls holding shortbows slowly emerged from the trees. Their eyes were blood-red, flashing with an uncontrollable madness. Gnoll Predator, level 13, combat power 280, skill, poison shot. A level 13 monster with 280 combat power? That's stronger than most bosses outside. Plus, they're ranged attackers. We can't use the terrain to kite them. This is bad. They have hate chain. Miss, we have to retreat. Hate chain means hitting one attracts the whole pack. We can't take them down one by one. Since these gnolls are archers, being surrounded could actually be fatal. Just a few dozen gnolls. What's there to fear? Get back, I said dismissively, and kept walking forward. This guy has a death wish. Miss, let's get out of here. Uncle Wong glanced at me as if I were an idiot, charging in without even a shield. He'll be turned into a sieve. But in the next second, he was instantly stunned. My pace quickened, from a fast walk to a jog. The gnolls began firing, but the incoming bone arrows were either dodged by my footwork or deflected by the copper cloud staff. In the blink of an eye, I rushed in front of a dozen gnolls. A thrust of the long staff pierced right through a gnoll's chest, then a horizontal sweep, sending 3 or 4 flying instantly, before they could even crawl back up. One smack to the head for each, all crushed to death. How is this possible? How is his damage so high? Holy shit, he one-shot a level 13 monster. Are these gnolls just squishy? Hit them and they die. Seeing their companions fall, the other gnolls gathered together, quickly drawing their bows, showering me with a rain of arrows. Oh no, it's an AoE attack. He's using a staff. He can't possibly block or dodge it. Uncle Wong's heart trembled. As soon as things looked bad, he tried to lead Li Xueyao away. But the next second, I stood my ground, facing the rain of arrows, without a hint of panic, spinning the copper cloud staff rapidly with both hands, creating a whirlwind of staff movements, creating an impenetrable barrier around me. Not even a drop of water could get through. Dozens of bone arrows hit the spinning staff, and were all deflected. Not a single one touched me. Successfully used Great Sage Staff Technique to defend against a ranged attack. Great Sage Staff Technique leveled up. Acquired staff skill, Insight, stopping the spin. I looked at the gnolls nearby. A golden light flashed in my eyes. Done firing? My turn. Just as I was dealing with the gnolls, the ground at the previous fork in the road began to heave. Shortly after, a small skeleton crawled out from the earth. Huh? Did someone just pass by? The skeleton struggled to pull itself out, looking around in confusion, but there wasn't a soul in sight. Strange. I clearly heard something. The little skeleton muttered to itself and sat on a large rock, pulling a bone fragment from behind its backside. Boss said, if we meet them, give this to them. Then they can awaken him in the graveyard to help them fight the gnolls. Otherwise, without the help of the knight's soul, they won't be able to beat those big mongrels. Thinking of what happened to the boss, the little skeleton's face grew sad. Sigh. I wonder when the boss will finally be free. Adventurers, please come quickly. Bam! A powerful downward strike smashed onto the gnoll predator's head. Adventurers, please come quickly. Bam! A powerful downward strike smashed onto the gnoll predator's head, instantly crushing its skull. Ding! You have slain a level 13 Gnoll predator. XP gained, 130. Spirit value, 23. Ding. You have slain a level 14 Gnoll predator. XP gained, 134. Spirit value, 24. Ding. You have slain a level 13 Gnoll predator. XP gained, 130. Spirit value, 23. Satisfying. The rewards here really are generous. These Gnoll predators, one is worth 10 blazing wolves from outside. And the best part is they're easy to kill. A dozen of them gone in minutes. On the other side, Xueyao was still reeling from the shock. A lie? It's gotta be a lie, right? He took down a Gnoll predator with 280 combat power that quickly? Did you see that just now? Not a single arrow hit him in that rain of arrows. He deflected them all. Uncle Wang, how much combat power do you think he has? Uncle Wang smacked his lips. Based on the current situation, at least 350 or more. Very likely over 400. 400? Xueyao's eyes lit up, which means, at level 6, he already has at least 400 combat power. Uncle Wang nodded. At least that much, if not more. And I suspect he's hiding other secrets. This kind of power couldn't possibly come from a trashy D-rank battle soul. It's at least S-rank or SS rank. Miss, this man is mysterious. We must not make an enemy of him. Xueyao looked excited. Don't worry, Uncle Wang. I know what I'm doing. Hey, do you guys want these Gnoll corpses? My voice snapped them back to reality. I was drinking from a flask in one hand, while casually poking a Gnoll corpse with my staff. Xueyao jogged over. We haven't seen many of these Gnolls before, but based on experience, their claws and teeth are usually valuable. The rest we'll only know after testing in the lab. I nodded, resting the staff on my shoulder. Then I'll give you all the corpses. Just pay me whatever they're worth later. Don't try to cheat me. Xueyao flashed a wide, white smile, a brilliant grin. You'll get your fair share. The group continued forward. Guided by Zhang Min and Qingfeng, they soon found 2 other patrolling squads of Gnoll predators. This time, Xueyao felt like joining the fight on a whim. As a result, she and Liang struggled for minutes just to defeat one, and that was only because Uncle Wang helped tank the damage. At that moment, they finally realized it wasn't that the Gnolls were trash, it was that I was just too strong. After clearing the 30-odd Gnolls outside the village, they stood on a small hill, looking at the ruins of the village nearby. According to the intelligence from Qingfeng the bird, there are 3 Gnoll leaders inside, each with over 20 Gnolls occupying the village perimeter. Uncle Wang, how do you think we should fight them? Xueyao lay on the hill, observing the Gnolls nearby. They're gathered in small groups. It'll be hard to lure them out. That big Gnoll in the middle with the mace is even riding a Mount Wolf. Uncle Wang gave a bitter smile. Usually, we try to lure them out one by one first, or lure the minions away first. Focus all our strength on the boss, then go back and clear the minions. But that method requires high combat power from the team. Our team composition is too weak, we can't do it.
Xueyao nudda.
It's okay to take a bit more time. Let's try luring them out first. Uncle Wang agreed. From the previous fight, he realized only he and I have any real combat power in this team. He has to protect Xueyao. Luring the monsters can only be left to me. Sun Shaoxing, go into the village and lure a few monsters out. Sun Shaoxing, go into the village and lure a few monsters out. Sun Shaoxing. Uncle Wang turned around to look. I was already gone. Zhang Min weakly pointed to a nearby path. He just walked over there. Uncle Wang peeked over. I was already carrying my staff, nearly at the village entrance. What is this guy doing? Going in alone? Isn't he just throwing his life away? I reached the village entrance. I grinned at the Gnolls nearby, resting my staff on my shoulder. I gave them the international gesture of friendship with my left hand. Yo, you little brat, son. The Gnolls in the village froze for a second. Then, as if all enraged at once, their eyes turned blood-red. They let out excited, howling cries, charging at me with bows and spears. The big Gnoll in the middle roared. A crimson wave of energy suddenly erupted from its body, driving the Mount Wolf beneath it. It lunged at me, cutting through the air. Uncle Wang on the hill couldn't help but gasp. It's actually a Gnoll leader with battle chi. Battle chi, a method of energy manipulation. Not only can it enhance the user's physical attributes, but with special techniques one can use battle chi skills, unleashing devastating power. When exploring secret realms, the last thing people want to see is a boss with battle chi. They're more than twice as hard to fight as ordinary ones. Gnoll leader, level, combat power, 820. Skills. Crimson Lotus Battle Chi. Death Strike. Seeing this terrifying combat power, Uncle Wong turned immediately to Li Xueyao. Miss, let's leave. We can't clear this secret realm. At least not with just us. Li Xuyao's face was full of reluctance, but she knew a boss with over 800 power was beyond them. Then what about Sun Shaoxing? Uncle Wong's only thought was to get Li Xueyao out of here. Good grief. My dear young lady, look at the situation we're in. Sun Shaoxing provoked so many gnolls. He's as good as dead. He might be strong, but he's no match for a whole pack. Plus, there's a boss with battle chi on the other side. But he's no match for a whole pack. Plus, there's a boss with battle chi on the other side. He can't withstand the damage alone. We have to leave now. Otherwise, once they catch our scent, we won't be able to escape. Li Xueyao bit her lip, unable to make up her mind. Is abandoning a teammate the only way? She looked back in my direction. To her surprise, she froze again. It wasn't just Li Xueyao who froze. Uncle Wong was stunned too. Li Yong and Zhang Min stood there, mouths agape. Once I saw the village gnolls were lured. Without a moment's hesitation, I put away my staff and bolted without looking back. I ran straight into the dense forest. The faster gnolls charged in after me, but a second later, their corpses flew back out of the forest even faster, smashing violently right in front of the gnoll leader, looking at his minions' crushed skulls. The gnoll leader let out a furious roar. He raised his mace. The other gnolls stood their ground and notched their arrows. Swish! A rain of countless arrows streaked toward the forest. This volley was more than twice as strong as the patrols. Not only were they incredibly fast, but they hit with savage force, snapping branches clean off upon impact. Bring it on. Watch my staff work. I laughed out loud, spinning the copper cloud staff with both hands. The rapidly spinning staff became like a shield, deflecting or batting away every single arrow. After several volleys, the gnoll leader raised his mace and roared, ordering all gnolls to cease fire. The small forest ahead was now bristling with bone arrows. The gnoll leader seemed quite satisfied with the result. He crossed his arms and grunted. He gave a signal to the gnolls beside him, telling them to go in and carry out my corpse. 5 gnolls, clutching their bows, hunched over, they slowly entered the forest. Thump! After 5 crisp sounds of a staff striking, there was total silence. The gnoll leader wasn't bright enough to understand what had happened. He waited a while, but no minions emerged, so he sent 5 more gnolls in. Thump! 5 more crisp sounds. The gnoll leader flew into a rage instantly. Now there was no doubting it. That human was still alive. The gnoll leader roared in fury. He gripped his mace and charged into the forest with the remaining 6 gnolls. As soon as he burst in, he saw the previous minions lying neatly in a nearby clearing. He immediately became alert, gripping the mace with both hands, his whole body surging with battle chi, constantly twitching his nose, sniffing the air. Thump! Before he could track me down, a crisp sound echoed out of nowhere. The gnoll leader whipped around, only to see a headless gnoll slump to the ground. Thump! Then another crisp sound. Another gnoll fell. Being toyed with like this, the gnoll leader exploded in rage. He roared, ordering 2 gnolls to stay close to him. Just as the 2 minions approached, the gnoll leader spotted a nearby branch trembling slightly. Without a shred of hesitation, he unleashed a whip-like wave of battle chi, instantly blasting the entire tree into a cloud of splinters. Thump! But at the same time, 2 more crisp sounds rang out. The gnoll leader turned to look behind him. There I was, holding my staff in one hand, as the last gnoll slumped down before him, blood slowly trickling from its neck. I grinned, gulping down a drink from the gourd. I've dealt with all your lackeys. Now it's just you and me. Roar! The gnoll leader let out a thunderous roar. His battle aura surged, swinging his spiked club straight at my head. Death strike! I smirked, gripping the staff with both hands. I executed a tyrant's pillar block, stopping the heavy blow. The sheer force cracked the ground beneath my feet. Having tested his strength, I said with a smile, "Is that all the strength you've got?" Not enough. Activating the angry ape's strength. Immense power converged in my hands. A phantom of a raging ape slowly materialized behind me. With a loud roar, I knocked the gnoll leader and his mount back several steps, holding the copper cloud staff, surrounded by golden flames. My eyes glowed gold. Ready? Here I come. Insight. Activate. Insight. Fiery eyes prerequisite skill. Consumes mana to activate. activate, can see through illusions, mists, and enemy weaknesses. Striking a weakness causes a stagger effect.
Activating insight consumes mana.
With my current mana, it'll last 3 minutes at most, not counting the precious medicine in the gourd. But I've used it once today. There are still 2 leaders and a final boss left. Better not use medicine if I don't have to. 3 minutes, full power, end this fight. Once insight was active, the blood vessels and aura flow of the Gnoll leader and his mount were laid bare. 17 or 18 golden dots appeared across its body. Those were the weaknesses. Hitting them would cause a stagger. Without a moment's hesitation, I kicked off the ground, charging at the Gnoll leader like lightning. He roared, raising his spiked club to strike. Dodge left, dodge right, light strike, heavy hit. The sequence flowed like water. Dodge right, light strike, heavy hit. The sequence flowed like water. Then, a thrusting strike, slamming right into its chest, shattering the golden light instantly. The massive force sent the Gnoll leader and his mount reeling back. His chest tightened. He was momentarily paralyzed. I wasn't about to miss this chance. Closing in, horizontal sweep, vertical smash. Then, I leaped back without hesitation. The mount wolf snapped at thin air, letting out an angry howl. You're next. His health bar was already more than half gone. One more combo and it's dead. Shaking its head, the Gnoll leader recovered from the stagger. He let out a furious roar. The next second, he actually leaped off the mount wolf. Holding his club, he and the wolf glared at me. Holy crap, you have a second phase? But whether it's phase 1 or phase 2, you're still no match for me. Without the weight of the leader, the mount wolf was incredibly fast, charging in front of me in the blink of an eye, lunging for my throat. But under the effect of insight, I could see every single move they made. Before the wolf could bite, I dodged first, then slammed the staff into the wolf's flank. With a powerful flick, I sent it flying. Then I raised the staff with both hands, blocking the Gnoll leader's heavy blow. The spiked club collided with the copper cloud staff. The violent clash made the surrounding dry branches tremble. Arg! Get lost, I roared, veins bulging on my neck. I delivered a powerful kick to the Gnoll leader's chest, sending him flying backward. He smashed through 3 boulders before stopping. Immediately, I charged forward without hesitation. The phantom of the raging ape appeared once more. As I ran, angry ape strength continuously flowed into the staff, coating the staff in a thin layer of golden light. Staff/style. As I reached the Gnoll leader, coating the staff in a thin layer of golden light. Staff/style. As I reached the Gnoll leader, I leaped high into the air, raising the iron staff, slamming it straight onto his head. Boom! A force capable of splitting mountains erupted instantly. The earth shattered. Dust billowed dozens of feet high. The Gnoll leader was completely crushed into a pulp. Ding! You have slain the level 19 Gnoll leader. Experience gained. 530. Spirit essence. 120. The mount wolf nearby witnessed this. The wolf was terrified. Whimpering with its tail between its legs, it tried to flee. It hadn't even run a few meters. From the mist, the iron staff suddenly extended, pinning it flat to the ground. Twirling the staff, I stepped closer to the fallen wolf. What's the rush? I'll send you on your way right now. You have slain the level 19 Gnoll leader, and the mount wolf. Experience gained. 230. Spirit essence. Holy crap. Who was the actual boss here? On the small hill, Xueyao and the others watched in shock. One person taking on a whole pack of gnolls, including a level 19 boss monster, and he actually won. Uncle Wong was completely stunned. His combat soul was a B-rank earth-shattering black bear, known for its immense strength, but he had to admit, an attack like that, forget about executing it. He wouldn't even dare to imagine it. Sun Shang's combat power is over 700, almost reaching 800. Moreover, his staff techniques are divine. His combat instincts are terrifyingly sharp. Is it over already? Why do I feel like this secret realm isn't that hard? Not that hard? Why don't you go up and try? That Gnoll leader would have sent you to the afterlife in one hit. Brother Sun is freaking incredible. He could take down a boss that powerful. Uncle Wong, let's go. Let's go meet up with him. Xueyao said. Let's go. Go meet up with him. Xueyao said, her beautiful eyes fixed on me, a strange glint flickering in her gaze. The four of us came down the slope. I've rested enough. Only my mana hasn't fully recovered. Perfect time to organize the loot from the Gnoll leader. Searching the corpse, 3 glowing items suddenly caught my eye. 3 pieces of equipment, green, 2 white, 1 fine grade, 2 common grade, as expected of a hell difficulty realm. Even a mini-boss drops this much. In this world, bosses outside realms usually don't drop gear. Only materials. Drop rates inside realms are pitifully low. Usually, only the final boss drops a few symbolic items. But here, a mini-boss alone dropped 3. There are 2 more leaders like him, plus the final boss. The loot will be unimaginable. Broken Knight's medal. Fine grade. Combat power. 130. A medal representing a knight's honor. A name seems to be engraved on it.
Souls.
Wearing this medal reduces incoming damage and allows 3 battle aura slashes per day. Trait, Battle Aura Slash, activates the battle aura within the medal, dealing AoE damage to enemies in front. Accessories have the lowest drop rate. Didn't expect to get one here. Reducing damage and casting skills. A warrior's dream. This is actually pretty good, but not very useful for me. Better to just sell it. As Li Xueyao and the others approached, I handed over the medal. How much does your Huarong group buy this for? Li Xueyao took the medal and looked. She was instantly shocked. It's actually a fine grade medal, and the combat power isn't low. Can even cast skills. This is a real treasure. After a moment's thought, she named a price, around 2 to 3 million. 2 million? I was overjoyed. Plus the monster corpses from before. I might be able to buy some cultivation resources. Deal. You handle it for me then. Also, take these corpses. Just transfer all the money to me later. Alright.
Li Xueyao nudda.
Ordering Li Yang and Zhang Min to clear the Gnoll corpses. The other 2 were common items. Gnoll Club, common grade weapon, combat power, 89. A spiked club handcrafted by the Gnoll leader. Chance to ignore defense upon attack. Causes bleed damage upon attack. Boots of Greed, common grade boots, combat power, 65. Short boots made by Gnolls, perfect for running, increases agility. The club is useless to me, so I let Li Xueyao handle it too. I put on the boots of greed immediately, hopped around for a bit. I have to admit, magic gear is way better than ordinary shoes. My whole body felt lighter. We took a short break, had a meal right there. Once I had mostly recovered, we headed back to the village. The remaining 2 Gnoll packs were no match for me. This time, Li Xueyao and the others lured the small Gnolls away, letting me focus on the leaders. Ding. You have slain a level 19 Gnoll leader. Experience gained. 530. Spirit Essence. 120. Ding. You have slain a level 19 Gnoll leader. Experience gained. 530. Spirit Essence. 120. The massive XP caused everyone to level up. Li Xueyao jumped from level 3 to 6. Li Yang and Zhang Min each gained a level. As for me, I leveled up 3 times. Just 1 step away from level 10.
Novice Quest.
A small taste of power.
Quest description.
Eliminate 200 monsters under level 10. Eliminated 116/200 and slay 5 level 10 bosses. Eliminated 5. Looking at the skyrocketing spirit essence, I couldn't stop grinning. What a jackpot. Total jackpot. I really need to dive into realms. Too bad the Gnolls here are all over level 10. Otherwise, I could have finished the novice quest too. Over 2,000 spirit essence. Next is the final boss. Should I upgrade first? After thinking it over, I decided to upgrade, only by increasing my strength. Can I get better resources? Ding. Spend 300 spirit essence? Upgrade destiny template. Yes. A flash of golden light. A warm current flowed through my body. Physical attributes increased again. Ding. Destiny template proficiency increased. Skill acquired. Iron head and iron arm. God grade. When facing incoming damage, can transform into an immovable stone statue to block. Successful blocks restore mana and deal stagger damage to the enemy. Iron head and iron arm. Passive effect. Each level up further boosts physical attributes. Chance to negate damage from lethal blows. Holy crap, a god tier skill. Blocking damage, causing stagger, and restoring mana. The ultimate combat skill, plus a chance to survive lethal hits. Greatly increases my margin for error. This makes me want to upgrade the template again. Ding. Spend 900 spirit essence? Upgrade destiny template. Destiny template proficiency increased. Skill acquired. Hair clones. God grade. Pluck hairs to create 3 clones to fight alongside. Clones possess half the combat power of the original. They vanish after taking 3 hits. Hair clones, the Great Sage's signature move. I finally unlocked it. With this skill, I'm no longer afraid of being outnumbered. If they have the numbers, I'll just pluck a few hairs. A gentle blow summons countless clones to fight. From now on, it's a righteous gang beatdown. Sun Shaoxing. Don't you think this is strange? Xueyao suddenly leaned in and whispered. I was still basking in the joy of leveling up, not quite catching her drift. Strange? What's strange about it?
Xueyao rubet harchin.
Those 3 Gnoll leaders can all release battle chi, and their attributes are all different. One has the fire attribute Red Lotus Chi, one has the water attribute Frost Chi, and the other has the earth attribute Black Rock Chi. That's highly unusual. Uncle Wang beside her nodded. Indeed, usually monsters of the same race share the same attribute, but 3 Gnoll leaders having 3 different ones is definitely abnormal. Plus, each of them dropped a Knight's Medal. Logically speaking, even if the drop rate for Knight's Medals were high, it shouldn't drop from every single boss. Looking at it this way, these Knight's Medals feel more like quest items. Xueyao pulled the 3 medals from her bag. After a close look, the combat bonuses and traits were identical. The only difference was the names on them.
Sos.
Carlos, and Roll. I stared at one of the medals for a long time. Could it be that these Gnoll leaders were knights before they transformed? That's why they have these medals? Uncle Wang nodded. Very possible. That would also explain why the 3 Gnoll leaders have different battle chi attributes. I scratched my head, but what difference does it make now that we know? Uncle Wang explained, we can use this to analyze the final boss's situation in advance. Based on the dungeon description, the final boss should be the Alchemist Mons. He might have transformed just like these Gnolls. And an alchemist sounds like a cloth-wearing ranged class. His skills are likely related to alchemy potions. I wonder if they're status effect or damage-dealing potions. Listening to Uncle Wang's analysis, I was truly impressed. As expected of a veteran war soul master, to deduce so much from just a name. Not like me. I don't care what you are, I'll just smash you with my club. If one hit doesn't work, I'll give you 2. After a short break, the group continued forward. Passing through the village, there was a sea of red flowers nearby. Ghost Moon Equinox flowers.
Xueyao suddenly exclaimed.
I turned to look, looking puzzled. Didn't I tell you before? There's a herb in the Ghost Night forest called Ghost Night Grass. It can enhance the mental strength of plant-type martial souls, and it helps other martial souls a bit too. These Ghost Moon Equinox flowers are like an upgraded version of that grass. Not only can they vastly increase the mental strength of plant-type souls, but they might even awaken a second soul skill. Other types of martial souls can also eat them to increase their mental strength and boost their wood attribute resistance. She frowned. This makes no sense. Ghost Moon Equinox flowers are usually only found in level 90 Golden Realms. How could they be here, and in such a large patch? I grinned. Basically, it's good stuff, right?
Xueyao nudda.
Exactly. A single flower could sell for at least 2 million outside, and with a whole field of them. Sun Shaoxing, we're rich. Her eyes sparkled with stars, practically drooling. Just as they were about to start picking them, barking echoed from the wooden cabin in the center of the flower sea. Woof, woof, woof. For gray wolves, the size of calves, suddenly lunged from the cabin, snarling and growling. Alchemical Grey Wolf, level 23, combat power 712, skill Frenzied Bite, alchemical bloodline, not weaker than the Gnoll leaders at all, and there are 4 of them. I wondered why Zoro and the others got so excited. Turns out, guests have arrived. A figure slowly emerged from the cabin, lean and slender, with squinting, smiling eyes beneath short blonde hair. Leaning on a cane, wearing a neat suit vest, he had the air of a British gentleman. I looked closer. Alchemist Mons, level 25, combat power 834, combat power 834, skills Alchemical Frenzy Mist, unstable potion 5 bosses. This time not just Uncle Wang, but even Xueyao lost her cool. Why are there 5 bosses at the end? Even if these wolves aren't technically bosses, their combat power is still terrifying. We're doomed. We're really finished this time. On the other hand, got excited. If I can kill these 5 bosses, the loot will be insane. Xueyao was on the verge of a breakdown. Big brother, look at the situation. You're still thinking about loot. I just hope we aren't the ones getting blasted. Uncle Wong spoke up. Combat mode hasn't started yet. We can still leave. Everyone back away slowly. Don't draw the boss's attention. Just as he finished speaking, Monins suddenly hurled a glass bottle. A green mist rapidly spread in all directions. It's rare to have guests. Don't be in such a rush to leave. Stay and play with my pets for a while. I took just one breath, and a mildly poisoned status appeared on my bar. Jade light. Xueyao raised her staff, erecting a hazy green barrier to block out the green mist. Looking at the 4 gray wolves closing in, despair clouded her face. Damn it, we can't even retreat now. We're really finished. I'm so sorry, Sun Shaoxing. I've dragged you into this. If I hadn't insisted on this realm adventure, you wouldn't be in this danger. I gripped my club, shaking my head. Wipe that sad look off your face. Giving up already? It's a bit too early for that. Facing the 4 gray wolves, I stomped my feet hard, rushed forward. 4 gray wolves instantly roared loudly. Their aura was overwhelming. The 4 people nearby looked pale with fear, crying out, "It's over! It's over!" But in the next second, I wiped my hand behind my head and blew softly in front of my mouth. Hair clone. 4 or 5 copies of me appeared instantly, charging at the gray wolves with iron staffs. Me? Holy crap, he can use clones? The clones immediately clashed with the 4 gray wolves. Wielding the Great Sage's staff technique, the clones swung their staffs, beating the wolves into a sorry state. They couldn't even touch a corner of my clothes. Meanwhile, my original body focused my breath. A golden light flashed in my eyes. Activating insight, I vanished and reappeared behind one of the wolves. A golden light flashed in my eyes. Activating insight, I vanished and reappeared behind one of the wolves, raising the copper cloud staff high, smashing it right on top of its head, leaving it in a stunned state. Then, the phantom of the Raging Ape emerged, channeling the Raging Ape power. Executing Great Sage opens the heavens. One strike turned the gray wolf into meat paste. Ding. You have slain a level 23 alchemical gray wolf. Experience gained, 490. Spirit essence, 115. It all happened too fast. Before anyone could react, I had already taken down one wolf.
Xueyao blinka.
Looking at the motionless Mons, she said to Uncle Wong, "It seems it's not impossible to fight." He didn't move a muscle while we were fighting the wolves. Mons was indeed just standing there watching quietly, a faint smile always playing on his lips. Is this guy just for show? Just as that thought crossed my mind, Mons suddenly clapped his hands. Impressive skills. Looks like my cuties need to show some real talent. He pulled a red potion from his robe and smashed it violently on the ground. The moment the bottle shattered, a cloud of red mist spread, inhaled by the 3 gray wolves. Their eyes suddenly turned crimson. Red blood veins appeared across their bodies. Their attack speed more than doubled. I instantly felt the pressure mount. The clones began to struggle with dodging. Their figures became blurry. I decided to maneuver my clones to herd the 3 wolves together. Then I stood atop my staff and used the staff cleave simultaneously with my 4 clones. Boom! The immense force crushed the wolves' brains instantly. Their massive carcasses slumped into the sea of flowers. Ding! You have slain a level 23 alchemical gray wolf. Experience gained, 490. Spirit essence, 115. The light of leveling up made Xueyao stare in disbelief. Gulp. Uncle Wong swallowed hard, instantly killing a level 20 boss while under level 10. This is just unbelievable. I retracted my staff and stood still, slowly exhaling a breath of air. I took a sip from my gourd, fully restoring my status. Entering combat state. To think you could actually defeat my cuties. Entering combat state. To think you could actually defeat my cuties. You. Before Mons could finish his line, I charged in with the copper cloud staff. Bam! One strike sent him crashing to the ground. Mons scrambled to his feet. His gentle face was replaced by savagery and rage. Shards of his glasses lay scattered at his feet. Interrupting others is quite impolite. Since you've chosen death, I'll send you straight to hell. It's time you witnessed true power. He let out a long howl to the sky. Dark clouds surged in like a tide, shrouding the world in an oppressive darkness. But the bright moon shone exceptionally clear, casting its light directly upon Mons. He roared. Veins bulged beneath his skin. His muscles expanded at a visible rate. His clothes were torn to shreds. His limbs elongated. Sharp claws sprouted from his fingertips, glinting with a chilling cold light. What, you have a second phase too? Werewolf Alchemist Mons. Level 25. Combat power 950. Skills: Berserk Claw, Bloodlust, Terrifying Howl, Kiss of Death. As expected of a Hell difficulty final boss. The strength is on another level. 9. Over 900 combat power. All the color drained from Xueyao's face. What? Over 900 combat power. Uncle Wong and the other two looked completely defeated. Their will to fight vanished instantly. Miss, since Sun Shaoxing is holding him off, let's get out of here quickly. But Xueyao simply shook her head, indicating that she was still here. She refused to desert her comrades. Uncle Wong sighed helplessly. He gave Liang and Zhang Min a look, signaling them to knock her out and leave if things went south, while he remained secretly vigilant. If I can't hold him back, he was prepared to sacrifice his life to stall the werewolf. It's all your fault, forcing me back into this hideous form. I will wash away this shame with your blood. Mons roared. Swinging his claws, he charged at me, watching the relentless charge of Mons. Mons roared. Swinging his claws, he charged at me, watching the relentless charge of Mons. I crouched slightly, and remarked with a sigh, so much fur. Too bad I don't have my flame wisdom right now, otherwise I'd show you the power of the blazing blade technique. Mons was incredibly fast, closing the distance in the blink of an eye. With a swing of both hands, streaks of claw light lunged toward my chest. In combat state, my reactions were lightning fast. Combined with insight, I dodged continuously. I pivoted my body to evade the strike. The staff in my hand became a blur of black, precisely blocking the claws. As they clashed, a thunderous metallic clang erupted, sending out ripples of shockwaves. Holy cow, is this guy even human? Feeling that immense power, a look of shock appeared in Mons's eyes. Ever since obtaining the werewolf bloodline extracted from an S-grade magic beast, he had never encountered an opponent with equal strength. I blocked the sharp claws with one strike of my staff, not letting up while I have the advantage. While Mons is airborne and unable to find footing, I snapped the staff back, gathering all my strength. The phantom of the angry ape emerges. I slam the staff right into the werewolf's legs. Trying to break my legs? In your dreams. A terrifying howl. Roar. The roar is so powerful it feels physical, making my movements hesitate for a split second. Mons shifts his body slightly, instantly making my strike miss. Luckily, I've mastered the Great Sage staff technique. Missing the strike doesn't affect me much. I pull the staff back. My golden pupils pierce through the night, exposing every single one of Mons' weaknesses. You actually have some skill. Once I kill you, I'll turn you into a puppet. To serve me well. Mons licks his claws, his eyes flashing with brutal malice. I twirl my staff with a disdainful smile. Not quite human. Not quite a dog. Don't want to be human, but want to be a dog. Truly pathetic. Mons is enraged. He's always been proud of his werewolf bloodline. Now that I've looked down on him like this, what do you know? This is the first step to my godhood. What do you know? This is the first step to my godhood. He lets out a roar. His claws swing wildly, unleashing dozens of red light streaks toward me. Berserk Claw Strike. I react instantly, gathering mana throughout my body, standing my ground, instantly transforming into a bronze statue. Bronze head, iron arms. Clang. The claw strikes hit my body, creating a metallic clashing sound like steel on stone. Bésideme. Xueyao watches in shock. Those claws could carve a fist-sized hole in the ground. If Liang tried to tank it, he'd be down in 2 hits. Even Uncle Wong could probably only take 4. But I've tanked over a dozen hits and I'm fine. Not even a scratch. What kind of skill is this? Such incredible defense. It's practically invincible. Too bad. It seems that while using it, Sun Shaoxing can't move. Otherwise, this skill would truly be broken. Uncle Wong nods, sighing with a hint of regret. After blocking Mons' Berserk Claw Strike with bronze head, iron arms, I blur into motion. The staff in my hand extends instantly, executing a thrusting strike. Mons has no time to react in midair. The iron staff plunges straight into his chest, sending him flying backward. Boom! He crashes violently into the small cabin in the Flower Sea, instantly obliterating the fragile cabin. A massive cloud of dust billows up. This is just too incredible. No matter how many times I see it, I'm amazed. Liang and Zhang Min exchange a look, both seeing the same thought in each other's eyes. We must never offend him. Damn human. In over 100 years, I have never been this badly wounded. The ruins suddenly heave. Mons pushes aside the broken beams, glaring at me with pure hatred. I've changed my mind. I'm gonna crush you slowly, piece by piece. He plants his feet. He pushes off with all his might, leaping high into the air, an unparalleled dark aura radiating from his body. My pupils glow with golden light. Reading his trajectory, I swing my staff. The bronze cloud staff and werewolf claws clash repeatedly. Reading his trajectory, I swing my staff. The bronze cloud staff and werewolf claws clash repeatedly. The clanging of metal and claw echoes through the air, two figures colliding relentlessly. My great sage staff technique continues to evolve in battle. Ding! Great Sage Staff Technique upgraded. Acquired Staff Art, Swift Step, Divine Grade. When dodging, if a perfect dodge is triggered, an afterimage will be left behind, which automatically attacks the enemy. Can accumulate stacks of staff momentum. Hearing the system prompt in my mind, a sharp glint flashes in my eyes. The next second, as Mons swings, I slip away with a perfect dodge, leaving an afterimage in my place, which slams the staff right onto Mons' head. Through the previous clash, I've completely read Mons' attack patterns. I've figured them out entirely. Perfect dodge is now effortless. Attacked by the afterimage, Mons is stunned for a moment, then roars in absolute fury, pushing his werewolf power to the limit. His attack speed accelerates, but he becomes increasingly reckless. Meanwhile, on my end, I handle him with growing ease. The moment Mons leaves an opening, I drive a thrusting strike into his shoulder. While he's off balance, I close the distance instantly, unleashing a flurry of strikes. Brilliant light swirls around the staff. Mist faintly emerges from the iron rings at the tips. Ferocious blows rain down. The alchemist screams in agony, retreating frantically. His footing completely fails. Thud! The werewolf Mons collapses to the ground. The ferocity and brutality are gone from his face, replaced by sheer shock and terror. No. Don't kill me. I can tell you the secret to eternal life. Eternal life? I smile with disdain, looking over Mons' hideous form. If becoming something like you is the price for eternity, then I'll pass on that eternity. The reason I say this is because I possess the battle soul of the Great Sage. Immortality is just a basic trait for the Great Sage. Eternal life holds zero temptation for me. Bam! Eternal life holds zero temptation for me. Bam! The staff swings. The headless werewolf corpse slumps to the ground, dropping for items shimmering with various lights. You have slain level 25 Alchemist Werewolf Mons. Experience gained 530. Spirit Essence 160. Golden light flashes, leveling up twice in a row, instantly reaching level 11. Ding! You have cleared the Bronze Secret Realm. Dark Night Jungle. Hell Mode. Additional rewards obtained. Trial Mission Ticket. Black Wind Mountain. Me. Am I seeing things? A boss with 900 battle power. Just got beaten to death like that?
Liang shouted exaggeratedly.
Usually, final bosses require a full team and precise coordination to clear, and I actually soloed a hell. Difficulty Secret Realm by myself. Xueyao's eyes sparkled with wonder. This guy, who on earth is he? Seeing the boss defeated, the group came down from the hillside. I was browsing through the gear dropped by Mons. Berserk Pill Recipe. Excellent grade. Requires subclass. Apothecary. After learning, you will obtain the crafting method for Berserk Pills. Berserk Pill. Grants Berserk state upon consumption. Stats increased by 30%. Attack speed increased by 50%. Duration 5 minutes. Side effect, 30 minutes of weakness after use. It's actually a pill recipe. Battle soul masters in this world can learn subclass skills based on their soul's traits. Apothecary is one of them. I didn't expect this realm to drop a potion recipe. A potion recipe. Sun Shaoxing. You've hit the jackpot. Li Xueyao walked up with a beaming smile.
A combattu pile.
Though there's a half-hour weakness period, it boosts combat capability by at least 40%. Enough to turn the tide in a life-or-death moment. This recipe, if sold to us, is worth at least 5 million. 5 million? I gasped in shock. An excellent grade recipe alone is worth that much?
Li Xueyao explained.
usually recipes produced in these realms, and blueprints are extremely valuable. After all, it's not a one-time deal. Our group has specially trained apothecaries. Once they learn this recipe, they can start producing berserk pills. By then, forget 5 million. Even 50 million could be recovered. Will you sell it to us? I can buy it for 6 million. Xueyao's eyes gleamed with desire. She just bumped it up by 1 million effortlessly, including the previous materials and gear. My income from this realm is nearly 10 million. Sold. Of course I'll sell. I tossed the berserk pill recipe to Xueyao. Both felt they had made a killing. This one is also excellent grade gear. Fang gauntlets, excellent grade weapon. Combat power, 186. Gauntlets covered in fangs. When striking an enemy, they deal massive damage and inflict a bleed effect. Trait, bleed. When attacking, it inflicts a bleed effect lasting 3 seconds, stackable up to 5 times. Uncle Wong, being a fist fighter, was practically drooling. What a badass trait. If the attack speed is high, couldn't I keep them bleeding indefinitely? Compared to these gauntlets, my common grade ones are absolute trash. I spent over 800,000 on them back then. I smiled slightly and tossed the gauntlets to him. Here. Uncle Wong was stunned. I can't take this. We didn't even help you. I'd be shameless to take this gear. He quickly tried to hand them back, but I didn't take them. It's fine. Without you guys, I wouldn't have even entered this realm. These gauntlets are yours. Uncle Wong fought back tears and said chokingly, I'll accept these gauntlets, but I'm still paying you. Consider this a 1.5 million purchase. I shrugged. Suit yourself. The remaining 2 were common grade materials. Spiked claws. Common grade material. Spiked claws. Common grade material. Special materials obtained from werewolves. When added during weapon forging, they grant the weapon a bleed effect. Unstable compound. Common grade. Upon consumption, randomly grants one of 6 effects. Healing, strength, haste, slowness, stun, or nausea. None of them were very useful. I just dumped them all for Xueyao to handle. Besides these, there was one important material to collect. Ghost Moon Lycoris. Extraordinary grade material. Greatly increases the spiritual strength of the martial soul. First time use has a chance to grant a second soul skill. Plant type martial souls receive an extra bonus. Develops resistance. Multiple uses are ineffective. Can be used to upgrade potions. I didn't expect it to upgrade potions, besides boosting soul strength. In the sea of flowers outside the cabin, excluding those destroyed by the battle's aftermath, I collected over 20 stalks. I kept 10, and gave the rest to Xueyao. We agreed before that she didn't want any realm items, only the ghost moon grass. Now, although we didn't find the grass, we found the even more precious ghost moon lycoris. Seeing Xueyao's overjoyed expression, I seemed to remember something. By the way, don't we still have one boss left to fight? Everyone was stunned for a moment. Then they remembered. They indeed had one graveyard left unexplored. Hidden boss. After a short break, they set off for the graveyard on the other side. Not long after, we returned to the previous fork in the road. Huh? I let out a surprised huh? While carrying my staff. What's wrong? Xueyao asked, confused. I poked a small skeleton scattered on the ground with my staff. I remember when we first came here. This wasn't here. Could it be a new hidden stage? Before they could figure it out, the skeleton on the ground suddenly twitched. Could it be a new hidden stage? Before they could figure it out, the skeleton on the ground suddenly twitched. I immediately gripped my club and stared at it with narrowed eyes. Stop it. Stop poking my bones. I won't be able to put myself back together. With a sudden whirlwind, the little skeleton, under a mysterious power, reassembled its body and stood up. Seeing Xueyao and the others on high alert, the little skeleton waved its hand. Don't be nervous. I'm not an enemy. It pulled a bone fragment from somewhere behind its back. You're all adventurers, right? Our boss asked me to give this to you. Go to the graveyard ahead. Smash this bone fragment, and you can summon our boss. Any questions you have, he will answer them. Aiding quest. Xueyao and I exchanged a look, both seeing excitement in each other's eyes. Taking it from the skeleton, the group continued continued forward. Before long, they reached the edge of a graveyard filled with tombstones. The wails of ghosts echoed in the air. I toyed with the bone fragment in my hand and smashed it on the ground with a snap. The next second, the air seemed to freeze. A daunting pressure suddenly appeared. The ground cracked open. A hazy figure slowly emerged from the mist. Strange adventurers, I need your help. Hearing this opening, I was certain this is definitely a hidden quest. Otherwise, this guy would have a health bar. Along with the dull sound of hooves, a ghost knight in red armor stepped out of the mist. Ghost Knight, Hasker, level 25, combat power 870, skills, charge,
Jugement lance.
Knight's shield, void slash, a ghost knight not weaker than the Werewolf Mons. Too bad he has no health bar. Can't fight him. I am Hasker, captain of the Imperial Red Lotus Knights. By Imperial order, I came to crusade against the Alchemist Mons. I am Hasker, captain of the Imperial Red Lotus Knights. By Imperial order, I came to crusade against the Alchemist Mons, but he was simply too powerful. Even my brothers were brutally slaughtered by him and turned into gnolls. Adventurers, I hope you can help release them from their suffering and help me continue the crusade against Mons. In exchange for your help, you may take my token. It can temporarily activate the Knight's Medal, awakening the remnant soul within. When fighting Mons, throw my token, and I will emerge to assist you. Hearing Hasker's words, Uncle Wong's expression suddenly turned strange. This isn't a hidden quest at all. This is a dungeon mechanic. No wonder he found it strange before. For a bronze dungeon under level 20, those Gnoll leaders and the final boss, their strength was way overkill. I thought it was because of the hell difficulty. Turns out we just didn't find the correct dungeon mechanic. The so-called dungeon mechanic is a method within the dungeon to weaken mobs or bosses. The normal path should be for adventurers to realize they can't beat the Gnoll leaders and go to the graveyard first to get the Ghost Knight's help. Use the token to awaken the remnant soul in the medal for support and summon Hasker to assist during the boss fight. That way, the dungeon difficulty would be greatly reduced. But we did none of that. I just brute forced my way through with raw power. The others realized this as well. Their expressions all turned weird. I was still picking my ear, not yet realizing what a feat I had actually accomplished. If you can find my brother's knight medals, I can help you fuse them together to become a true knight medal. After Hasker finished, Xueyao immediately pulled 3 knight medals from her pouch. Are these what you mean? Seeing the knight medals in Xueyao's hand, Hasker became a bit agitated. You've already defeated the Gnoll leaders? Everyone nodded. What I mean is, without my help, you defeated the Gnoll leader guarded by 20 Gnoll marauders, and who also possessed battle aura. Everyone continued to nod. Hasker fell silent. His mouth twitched. Well, you guys are quite impressive. He took the 3 medals from Xueyao. His eyes filled with nostalgia. Then, a faint glow of battle aura lit up in his hand. Under the control of the aura, the 3 fragments slowly fused, gradually forming a brand new knight medal. Red Lotus Knight Medal. Excellent grade. Combat power 432. A medal representing the glory of the Red Lotus Knights. There is no name on it. Automatically signs upon wearing. Wearing this medal reduces damage taken. Can use Heroic Spirit Summon. Trait, Heroic Spirit Summon. Summons a Knight Spirit with charge. Battle Aura Slash. And Knight's Shield to assist in battle. The spirit possesses 60% of the user's combat power. Duration 1 minute. Cooldown 10 minutes. Holy crap, a medal that could only use Battle Aura Slash turned into a top-tier medal that can summon a Knight Spirit. Not only does it reduce damage, but it can also summon a frontline Knight Spirit to fight. Perfect for support-type Battle Soul Masters. Xueyao's eyes widened. She was practically drooling. Hasker nodded with satisfaction and handed the medal to Xueyao. The medal is ready. Now let's go give Mons some trouble. To be honest, he is quite strong. Without my help, you'll likely find it hard to defeat him. Just as Hasker was about to leave, I shouldered my bronze cloud staff and awkwardly scratched the back of my head. No need to go. we've already beaten Mons. Hasker's jaw dropped. You beat him too. Hasker's jaw dropped. You beat him too. Everyone continued to nod. Let me confirm one more time. The Mons you're talking about is the one who can summon 4 alchemical gray wolves and can transform into a werewolf, right? I nodded. I rummaged through my pouch and pulled out a blood-stained sharp claw. Hasker fell silent. This is indeed Mons' claw. He let out a long sigh. His figure seemed to become even more ethereal. I never expected you to be this strong. Since Mons is dead, then my mission is complete. Thank you all, adventurers. As a reward, I give you my armor. I hope it continues to fight for freedom. A look of relief appeared on Hasker's face. His figure gradually faded away, leaving only a piece of red armor falling from midair. Red Lotus armor, perfect grade, combat power, 462. Armor used in the Red Lotus Knights group battles. Battle hardened, increases the user's defense and health recovery speed, and can release Red Lotus flames to burn enemies. Trait, Red Lotus Flame. Once activated, the body is engulfed in Red Lotus flames, increasing magic defense and dealing burn damage to surrounding enemies. To enemies that deal damage to the user, it deals reflected magic damage. It's actually perfect grade armor. Uncle Wong couldn't help but scream. Not only does it increase defense, but it can burn surrounding enemies and reflect damage. With this trait, you wouldn't need to replace it until level 50. Sun Shaoxing, will you sell this armor? If we handle the sale, could sell for at least 30 million. Li Xueyao's eyes turned red with greed. Perfect grade magic equipment on the market is strictly controlled by the state. You can't buy it even if you have the money. Even with their family owning the massive Huarong group, they only have 13 perfect grade magic items. I shook my head. Forget it. I won't sell this armor for now. I happen to need a piece of armor right now. I'll keep it for myself. I happen to need a piece of armor right now. I'll keep it for myself. The Red Lotus armor's design is incredibly gorgeous. The chest features an open red lotus petal pattern, surrounded by fine, scale-like plating. Subtle golden lines flow across the surface, flickering and fading like the breathing of a flame. The belt is shaped like a dragon's head, with crimson gems embedded in the eyes. The lower skirt armor is also lotus-shaped, with streamlined plating that looks like layered petals. So cool. It fits my aesthetic perfectly. Being strong is temporary, but being handsome is for a lifetime. Putting on the Red Lotus armor, I spun around while holding my staff. I couldn't be more satisfied. Seeing that I wouldn't sell, Li Xueyao felt a bit disappointed. But since we agreed I'd take everything from the realm, she couldn't really say anything. Alright, this journey into the secret realm ends here. Looking at me, Li Xueyao seemed hesitant to speak. What is it? Do you have something to say? Realizing her gaze was too direct, she lowered her head slightly, her pretty face instantly turning bright red. Uncle Wong and the others exchanged looks of joy on their faces. They tactfully walked away, giving the two of us some space. Well, can I add you on Feishin? If there's another realm next time, we can explore it together. My phone's dead. I rubbed my cheek, saying apologetically, I wasn't lying. I've been so focused on practicing the Great Sage Staff technique these past 2 days that I forgot to charge it. I didn't even bring my phone when I left. Hearing my words, Li Xueyao looked like she was about to cry. She finally worked up the courage to ask for a guy's contact, and he actually used such a clumsy excuse. Seeing her look like she was about to cry, I got a bit anxious. Hey, why are you crying? I'm telling the truth. I didn't bring my phone out. It really is dead. Li Xueyao suddenly burst out laughing, tears still in the corners of her eyes, but a look of secret joy on her face. She pulled a pen from her waist bag, with a look of secret joy on her face. She pulled a pen from her waist bag, grabbed my hand and wrote a string of numbers on my palm. Alright, I believe you. Anyway, I still have to send you money. This is my number. Send me a message when you get back, and I'll transfer the money to your card. Don't worry, I definitely won't forget anything involving money, I guaranteed, patting my chest. In a couple of days, our group is planning to explore the Skeleton Cave. Do you want to come with us? I can pay for your ticket. Skeleton Cave. My heart skipped a beat. The most famous secret realm in Suzhou City. Silver grade difficulty. 9 levels in total, populated by monsters from level 10 to 50. High monster density, high drop rates. Is practically paradise for soul warriors. Because of the danger, it's controlled by the government. Only 1 0.000 people can enter per day. Tickets cost 2 million per person. I wanted to go there to level up before, but I had to give up because I was broke. I remember the minimum requirement for the skeleton cave is a 10-person squad, right?
Xueyao nudda.
That's right. This adventure was initiated by Xueyao, the young master of the Lingyao group. Most of the participants are from our social circle. Including me, there are 5 of us. We agreed that each person can only bring one companion to see our true combat power and as a display of potential. I raised an eyebrow. Don't you still have Uncle Wong? Why not just let him accompany you?
Xueyao siga.
I'll tell you the truth. There's someone in the group I hate who keeps chasing me. I want to bring you along and make him give up on me once and for all. I let out an "oh, you should have said so earlier. This will cost extra." Xueyao was completely stunned. I'm asking you to pretend to be my boyfriend, and you still want to charge me? Don't worry. I have high professional ethics. As long as you pay, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. If you tell me to slap someone's face, I'll slap it. I grinned and said, no matter what he thinks of you, if you tell me to slap his face, I'll slap it. I said with a grin. No matter what he thinks of you, once I make my move, I'll definitely make him completely submissive. Xueyao was almost driven to a laugh by these words. She shook her head helplessly. Just tell me how much. For an expert like me, the appearance fee should be at least 3 to 5 million. Since we're classmates, I'll give you a discount for 0.8 million. Is our friendship only worth 200,000 for 0.9 million? Xueyao got a headache. She quickly raised her hand. Forget it. Forget it. For 0.8 million it is. Do you have any other requirements? Of course I do. First, you cover my entry ticket, and we split the loot from the secret realm 50/50ths. Second, no tashing me. If we need to act, you have to tell me in advance. And depending on the situation, you'll have to pay extra. I started listing them off on my fingers. 30,000 for holding hands. 50,000 for a kiss. If you want me to be completely obedient, I won't do it for less than 100,000.
Xueyao's fists clenched.
She had never seen someone so brazenly shameless. Gritting her teeth, she suppressed the rage in her heart. Anything else? There's more. This relationship is strictly limited to the secret realm adventure. If any negative impact on me occurs after we leave, or if a scandal breaks out, you'll be held responsible. After half an hour of negotiation, the two finally reached an agreement. Looking at Xueyao's face, a mix of shame and anger, helplessness, and a hint of secret joy. Uncle Wong's side, the young lady has been completely played. Leaving the secret realm, with the help of Xueyao and the others, I found the blazing fire wolf boss that had escaped earlier. A few strikes with my staff, and I sent it straight to the afterlife. You have slain the level 10 blazing fire wolf king. Experience gained, 32. Spirit value, 5. Boring. Dead in just a few hits. Not challenging at all. I muttered to myself. I was holding back my strength the whole time, thinking this Wolf King could summon minions. But it didn't make a single sound until it died. Wolf King, you fucking killed all my minions. What the hell am I supposed to summon? You fucking killed all my minions. What the hell am I supposed to summon? Ding. Newbie mission completed. A small taste. Rewards obtained. Destiny spell draw.
QI Gathering technique.
Newbie mission received. First step out. Mission description. Complete 1 trial mission. Mission reward. Universe scroll.
QI Gathering technique.
Divine grade. Passive effect. Increases mana recovery speed. Accumulates staff momentum during attacks. Maximum 3 stacks. Active release instantly discharges all momentum, increasing attack damage and critical hit damage. Another divine grade skill. Truly worthy of the Great Sage. There's still 1 destiny spell draw left. Maybe I can pull another divine grade skill. Suddenly, I caught sight of Xueyao out of the corner of my eye. A thought occurred to me. An idea popped into my head. Hey, do me a favor. Xueyao's mind was filled with question marks. I held out my palm. She froze for a moment. Her face instantly flushed red. You. What are you doing? There are so many people here. I waved my hand impatiently. Stop talking so much. Hurry up.
Blushing, Xueyao
secretly glanced at Uncle Wong and the others. They were busy dealing with the Wolf King's corpse. They seemed not to be paying attention. In reality, their grins were stretching from ear to ear, placing her small hand on mine.
Xueyao pota.
I'm only letting you hold my hand because you helped me in the secret realm. Don't get the wrong idea. slapped the back of Li Xueyao's hand. What are you doing? I told you to blow air into my palm. Li Xueyao was beyond embarrassed. Her hand hung in midair, unsure whether to stay or retreat. She glared at me and shouted, "Why didn't you say so earlier?" In a huff, she blew air into my palm and deliberately spat a little.
Gross.
How old are you? Still spitting? I disgustedly wiped my hand on my clothes. I directly triggered the destiny spell draw in my mind. Ding! Destiny template selected. Great Sage Equal to Heaven. Spell successfully drawn. Freezing spell. Destiny template selected. Great Sage Equal to Heaven. Spell successfully drawn. Freezing spell. Divine grade.
Circulata mana.
And shout the word freeze to render the opponent immobile. The higher the intelligence, the shorter the freezing duration. As expected, another divine grade spell. It's actually the Great Sage's signature freezing spell. A divine control skill that can instantly freeze an opponent. And the duration is actually tied to the opponent's IQ.
Freezing spell X IQ detection technique.
I looked at Li Xueyao, who was still sulking. I felt a sudden urge to try it. Why are you looking at me like that?
Li Xueyao pouta.
Forget it. She doesn't look very bright. She'd probably be frozen for a whole day. I shook my head, thinking that I'm just too kind. Alright, it's getting late. I'm heading back. Remember to transfer today's payment to my card.
Li Xueyao nudda.
Don't worry. We'll handle these things quickly. The money will be sent to you tomorrow. Fine. I'm off. Contact me if anything comes up. I gave a cool wave and walked out of the forest alone. All the blazing fire wolves in this area have been dealt with. No need to worry about her safety. Li Xueyao reached out, wanting to call me back, but I opened my mouth and ultimately didn't call out. Honestly, not even waiting for me, making it seem like I'd eat you alive. Leaving the blood forest, I rushed to the station as fast as I could, and caught the last bus back to the city. Inside the bus on the way back, the atmosphere was completely different from when we left. Exhaustion had washed away the joy of the harvest. Some teams had lost their teammates forever. Every face was marked with sadness and silence, but no one's grief or joy is ever truly shared. I sat in the back row, excitedly opening my attribute panel. To fight the boss earlier, I had upgraded my destiny template by 2 levels, spending all my spirit essence points. After the boss, I hunted some wild monsters, saving up over 200 points again. Unfortunately, increasing proficiency now. After the boss, I hunted some wild monsters, saving up over 200 points again. Unfortunately, increasing proficiency now. Requires 4,000 points. I can't upgrade for now. I casually upgraded Raging Ape Strength and Chi Gathering Method to level 2, spending a good amount of points. Looking at my current panel, I can only use magnificent to describe it in 2 words. No War Soul Master at level 11 could possess 4 god tier skills, with combat power soaring to 1,300. But I know very well, the tallest tree in the forest is the first to be snapped by the wind. Even Li Xueyao, with her A rank War Soul, only has about 300 combat power. The other students haven't even broken 100, but compared to the true geniuses, I'm still far from enough. Once a War Soul Master reaches level 39, they must undergo War Soul advancement. Success makes one a second-order War Soul Master, with stronger attributes, higher combat power, and the ability to summon a War Soul Phantom. If I encounter an expert above level 40, my only option right now would be to run. Until I've truly grown, I must never reveal my true War Soul level. My goal was never to be invincible among equals, but to become the strongest War Soul Master in the world. I possess the destiny of the Great Sage Equal to Heaven. I cannot possibly bring shame to the Great Sage. Gurgle. My stomach let out a loud growl. I rubbed my belly, a bitter expression on my face. I've been out for nearly a day. No lunch, no dinner. Even a sage needs to eat to stay full. By the time I returned to the resettlement area, it was already past 8 p.m. After 8, Xueyao City was ablaze with lights, but all this prosperity had nothing to do with the North City resettlement area. The streets inside were old but not cluttered. Streetlights cast a dim, yellow glow. Seniors and children played in the square to cool off, their laughter echoing through the night sky. "Brother Sun, you're back." A small, innocent figure rushed out from the hallway, throwing herself into my arms. I leaned down slightly. A small, innocent figure rushed out from the hallway, throwing herself into my arms. I leaned down slightly and naturally hugged her. Xiao Nwomi, did you listen to your mommy today? Xiao Nwomi looked up and gave me a loud peck on the cheek. Of course, I ate my meal all by myself today, and I even ate 3 pieces of greens. And today, the teacher taught us to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Mommy said I sang it beautifully. Wow, really? Then our little Nwomi is amazing. You've really grown up. Behind Xiao Nwomi, a graceful figure came running over. She breathed a sigh of relief seeing me holding her. Su nu nu no, are you clinging to brother Sun Shaoxing again? Hurry up and get down. Xueyao scolded her with a pretend stern face, but Xiao Nwomi responded with a funny face, then leaned against me, giggling uncontrollably. Xueyao looked at her helplessly, saying with a hint of apology, "Sorry about that, sorry for disturbing you again." I laughed, patting Xiao Nwomi's head. "There's no bother, I like Xiao Nwomi too." Xueyao was a single mother, living next door with Xiao Nwomi. I heard Nwomi's father was a war soul master who perished during the demonic beast invasion 3 years ago. Later, her parents' illness drained all their savings, and they still couldn't be saved. They had no choice but to move to the resettlement area to scrape by. By the way, brother Sun, I heard you awakened your war soul. Is it a super powerful war soul? Xiao Nwomi asked, her big eyes blinking. Her father had been a war soul master, so she admired them more than anyone. I smiled and playfully pinched her nose. Of course, just look at who your brother Sun is. It's definitely an incredibly powerful war soul. I carried Xiao Nwomi back into the hallway, while Xueyao watched from the side, a faint smile appearing on her face. After sending Nwomi home and playing for a bit, I finally returned to my own place. I ate something simple and sat on the bed to take stock of today's gains. Level increased to 11. Completed the novice quest and obtained 2 god-tier skills. I left all the secret realm loot to Li Xueyao. Conservatively estimated, it's over 10 million. Once the money arrives, I can buy a house. But after the War Soul College entrance exam, I'll definitely go to Kyoto. For now, it's more practical to spend this money on cultivation resources, right? I think I also got a trial mission ticket today. Checking the system space. Sure enough, a golden card was floating in my mind. With a flip of my palm, I pulled it out. A golden card, with 3 seal script characters on the front. Black Myth. The back depicted a high mountain and a ruined Zen temple, with the words Wind Mountain written on it. Trial mission ticket. Black Wind Mountain. Upon use, enter the special trial map, Black Wind Mountain. Defeat the final boss to unlock the Destiny mural, allowing free entry and exit from the trial world. Uses remaining, 0. After 3 failed attempts, the martial arts mode can be activated. A sliver of the soul enters. The simulated trial, which does not consume ticket uses, can only be used 10 times. This means if I don't clear it within 10 tries, the ticket is wasted. But the good news is, as long as I clear it within 10 attempts, I can enter Black Wind Mountain infinitely from then on. It's like having a personal portable secret realm. I'm all too familiar with Black Wind Mountain. Strategy, cunning, Link Suzy, the scholar in white, the ghost, Elder Jin Chi, they're all old acquaintances. Back when I first played Black Myth, I was stuck at Black Wind Mountain for 3 whole days. I know every boss's skill set. I could dodge them all with my eyes closed. Humph. A tiny place like Black Wind Mountain. Watch me clear it in 2 hours. Flicking the card in my hand, transforms into a golden portal in midair. Pulling the copper cloud staff from my pouch. With a determined look in my eyes, I stride confidently into the Black Wind Mountain portal. The moment I stepped inside, the skies over Xueyao City suddenly shifted. Endless dark clouds converged. Thunder roared and lightning flashed, like a furious scream. Walk, walk, walk. Roam, roam, roam. A horse for copper coins I'll be. Better a man than a demon, you see. Fearless of Yama's endless decree. On the paths of Black Wind Mountain, demonic energy filled the air. 2 wolf demons were prowling. One swayed its head, reciting a crude poem. Catching sight of a fuzzy peach on the ground, its face instantly lit up with joy. Look, fate brings its own fortune. The wolf demon picked up the peach, laughing boisterously.